Hi, today I want to talk to you about the journey. What do I mean by the journey? Well, I'm talking about the road that all of us take, all of us who want to get out of gay, watching porn, who want to stop masturbating, the journey that we all take and must go on. But first of all, I want to talk about a mistake that I think really all of us make. And it's one that happens right at the beginning when we decide to make this journey out of gay, porn, masturbation, whatever. And the mistake is that we focus right away on the goal, or we focus at the end point, the day that we will no longer be gay, the day that we won't want to look at porn, or the day that we won't masturbate anymore. And because we're so focused on that, we get frustrated by where we are today, because today in that moment we are not free. We're still burdened and chained down by those things. So because we have that vision in front of us of what we want to be, we're constantly frustrated by what we are now. My point in bringing this up is that this is something that is not unusual. I mean, the saints from the very beginning of time had these problems. I'm thinking of right now Saint Louis Marie de Montfort, who at the moment of his death was still experiencing these temptations or tortures by the devil, and he even said to Satan that, don't bother me now anymore, because I'm in the presence of Our Lady. So this life, this sounds so discouraging, and I don't mean it to be, but this life may be a continual carrying of the cross. I mean, we want to be free of gay, and we want to be free of porn and masturbation, but maybe we never will be fully free of those things until death. I think it's somewhat comforting in a strange way to think of that and to come to that realization, rather than always feeling beaten down that we are not free of it right now. Also, I think it's helpful to remember Christ, going back to the cross that I mentioned earlier, to remember Christ on the cross, because he was at peace while he was suffering. He had time to converse with the women, and even while he was nailed to the cross, he saw to it to comfort his mother while he was dying. So we must carry that peace with us in our trial, because I think the tendency is, or the temptation is, to be anxious. And I think this is why so many of us that are trying to escape gay or porn or masturbation addiction is we are often set ourselves up for constant failure, because we wind ourselves, so tight like this. Okay, we're trying so hard to be good, which is a good thing, but that we are so tense that when we finally, snap, we just snap. And that's why many men will say, I'm trying so, hard not to go back to gay sex, and porn, and I'm falling and I'm going back to it, and they get frustrated again, and it's because they're not approaching this trial, they're not taking on this cross with a sense of peace. And I'm not downing them, but I mean, because I did all those things too. I made those same mistakes. It just takes time. And although now I'm very much resolved that Christ, after having this problem most of my life of being attracted to men sexually, now I do not have that desire, honestly, to have sex with men. But, and that doesn't mean it's over and you just like, whoa, I'm done and everything's, cool now. That's not it, because you realize that once you've reached that, there's sort of deeper layers of healing that have to take place. And for example, I mean, there were other issues related to being drawn sexually to men that had to do with insecurities within me, and phobias and paranoias and fears and memories that needed to be healed. And then you're going on another journey and you're on another road to healing. So don't think that, because one day perhaps you're going to be free of gay or free of porn or free of masturbation, that everything's going to be over and it'll be heaven here on earth. That's not the case, because then Christ will go into these places within us that are hidden and that we've been, not wanting him to go near because we were, scared of those areas of our lives. So this life will always be, my main point here is this life will always be a journey of healing. This is a broken, fallen world of, the flesh and the devil, and we're always going to be battling, and we're going to be hurt, and we're going to be healing. So don't get down about that you're still sick, because this life is just going to be sickness and trying to heal from it. That this is always going to be a fallen world that we're in. It's the world, the flesh, and the devil. And we're always going to be hurting. We're always going to be healing. But we need to know that Christ is always with us. Now that I'm in midlife, when I was younger, the world meant everything to me. Being gay and having fun and music and clothes and, great food and parties and friends and celebrate. And just, all those, it just meant the world to me. But now in midlife, I'm like, none of that was that great. And I'm just looking forward to not being in the struggle anymore. And this is just because I know what is real and what is not real. Those things that I once cherished, they just weren't real. They just were illusions, and they were just, same thing with gay and porn and masturbation. They were just things that just covered up the pain. And now they've been revealed for the illusions that they are. And I just look forward to the day when I'm just free of all that, finally, decisively, just free of it. And it's over, and we will have that day. But in the meantime, we are here, and we have to do our best, and we just have to continue the struggle. But we have to keep peace in our heart. Because if we don't, we're just going to fail over and over and over again. And like I said, eventually you will experience healing, and but then there will be a deeper sort of healing. And then finally, we will be with Christ, where all will be resolved. God bless you all, and you're in my prayers. Bye-bye.